Let's go get Ezekiel Elliott along with Ramondre Stevenson. 2 power backs.
Yeah.
2 power.
Yeah.
Basically, he basically is like, yeah, we're gonna go old school football. Quarterback's not really that good. Fuck it. Run the fucking ball.
Where do you want to go, Bill? Left or right? We're going down the middle.
All right, here we go.
So in all likelihood, Deshaun Jackson's going to at least get a return.
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Way downtown. Oh, what a shot from Curry.
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
Welcome to the Shred the Spread podcast, your home for all your NFL sports betting needs. I'm your host, Jared, and breaking down the AFC East today is my right-hand man, Dynell. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, baby. And you know what I'm doing? I'm breaking it down like you said. Like we about to dissect this division like it's nothing. Like honestly, yo, this is an exciting division. A lot of changes. I mean, I'm ready to get into it, man. Go ahead and let's start us off, baby. Set the tone.
We got a lot to dive into. So as you said, let's get right into it. We're going to start with the divisional favorites, the Buffalo Bills. They're plus 120 to win the division. 10.5 wins is their win total. I'm just going to say this right now. This team is winning 12 games this season, at least. I just don't see why this number is 10.5. And you know what it is? It's such an overreaction from the public that Aaron Rodgers is in the division. What are we talking about? Josh Allen was dealing with an arm injury last year. He was adjusting to a new play caller, adjusting to a new scheme. I mean, honestly, the only weakness I really see is this offensive line, but they were playing below, what they should have been last year. So I'm sure they're going to take the next step. You have Josh Allen, who's one of the most dynamic passers and runners and playmakers in the game. But I don't know, dude. I really think this 10.5 number is so damn low just because of the Aaron Rodgers news. And they have a much more competitive division. Because if you remember last year, the Bills were kind of playing down to their competition. I think this is going to benefit them, the harder schedule, the harder division. It's going to keep them on their toes and not so laid back. So I think it's going to be beneficial for their long-term success. But I really love this over for the win total. I might even bet the alternate. What do you got for me?
The biggest thing with the Bills is, I don't think people really understand is, Josh Allen turned the ball over tremendously last year. A lot of red zone picks. You clean those up a little bit, you're talking about a difference of probably 2 games. And on top of that, they lost a game where Josh Allen fumbled the ball in the end zone for a safety. And that's how the Vikings won that game. Remember what we said they were the Vikings were the luckiest team in the world?
Oh, yeah.
After that week,
yeah.
After that week, there was no denying that. There was no denying that. So come on, think about it. 10.5. Aren't the Colts? Aren't the Jaguars 9.5? You get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, if I'm gonna check right here, they're at 9.5. So you telling me that Buffalo Bills are only 1 game better than the Jacksonville Jaguars? Get the hell out of here. All right. We're still talking about the same offense. We're talking about the same dynamic quarterback everybody loved 2 years ago. We just forget. We just throw Josh Allen to the side just because he had one bad year. But we all do have him. We have him. And Stephon Diggs is still there. Last time I checked, Von Miller's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Guys, look at the value here, man. Double digits is guaranteed. For me, the Bills were getting double digits regardless. So you telling me they can't get one more win on top of that 10? Like, come on, guys. Like, really think about it. Like, this is good stuff. This is what we live for. This is what us bettors live for. Overreactions like this. So we're gonna capitalize. I'm taking it over too, baby. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, take advantage of the public perception. That's what we do on this podcast best. So let's move over to the talk of the town. Aaron Rodgers took a flight to New York and set up camp. The New York Jets. 9.5 is the win total. They're plus 250 to win the division. I'm going to say the most simplest thing about this team. They have an aging quarterback with a rough offensive line. I'm not a chemist, but if you mix those together, I don't think you get the best outcome. That shit might blow up in your face. That's all I'm going to say. If you look at their schedule, their first 5 games, I would not be surprised if this team starts off 1-4, 2-4. So I would just say it right now. There is no value betting any Jets value or Jets futures right now. If you are a Jets backer, which there are a lot of people are, the public is all over the Jets in this division. My advice is wait a few games. If they start off 1-4, 2-4, and you think they're going to go on a late season run, that's when I would take them. That's when the value would be, is when they have this rough start, because they do have a tough schedule to start the year. This is going to be a team that you want to wait on, in my opinion. Aaron Rodgers took the pay cut for a reason. it's almost like he's setting this team up for the future. And obviously he's coming to the end of his career. So, I mean, maybe they're looking towards next year. This year is the feel out year. Next year is they're going all in. That's why he takes the pay cut. That's my opinion. What do you think?
This New York Jets team, this is the one team that I think is going to be really, really good or really, really bad. There's no in between. There's not going to be no in between when it comes to this. Like you said, I'm going to basically just reiterate some of the points you already put out. The O-line. Honestly, I don't think it's as bad as what people make it seem. I feel like the O-line has talent. It's just a matter of can they stay healthy? You know, I think that's kind of the biggest thing right now. Can they stay healthy? They haven't proven they can stay healthy. Another thing too, like you said, with the beginning of that schedule, I mean, this team, according to, towards the teams of last year's record and everything like that, they have the 6th toughest schedule in the league. Yes, you added Aaron Rodgers. But at the end of the day, you need to understand that with an aging quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, you've seen his flaws last year. You really start to see, I wouldn't say his game unravel, but you start to see his game kind of take a step back in a way. He's not as mobile anymore. He can't really get out like he used to anymore. I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting to see it. Like you said, it all hinges on this O-line. I don't think the O-line is as bad as what people make it seem, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be good enough to hold up Aaron Rodgers all throughout the game. Like I can tell you that. And who did you add? I mean, you in receiving course, you have Garrett Wilson. When that collection looks dynamic to start early. I mean, like I said, getting the ball out quick, he was open in space. But you added Mecole Hardman, Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb. Who is the two in this situation? You know, who is the two in this situation?
Hopefully Mecole Hardman.
Yeah,
just because of how dynamic he is.
And that's what I'm thinking. And that would be perfect, you know? But at the end of the day, Mecole Hardman had the opportunity last year, connection with Patrick Mahomes. He's been there 3 years. Juju Smith-Schuster came into the league, came into that team for a 1-year deal last year. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he failed in Green Bay, decides to go over there. And at the end of the day, Mecole Hardman was damn near non-existent. So that's very concerning for me. And you had the best quarterback in the league. I mean, eventually in the history of the league, to be honest with you. But to this day, right now, he is the best quarterback in the league. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to find it. Maybe the Alan Lazard connection might help. If you play fantasy, yeah, pick Alan Lazard. But this team has one weapon. They picked up Dalvin Cook, yes, but they already know their main back is Breece Hall, and Breece Hall is still trying to come back and get right. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. They better get off to a hot start.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this for all the Jets futures bettors. Listen to the beginning of their schedule. Bills, Cowboys, Patriots, Chiefs, Broncos, Eagles.
Defenses.
They're facing 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 Super Bowl competing teams. So all I'm saying is if you like the Jets futures, I highly recommend waiting for the first 5 games of their schedule. Let them get out of the way, see what this team is, because you're either going to get a lot more bang for your buck or you're going to save yourself a lot of money in the long run. Let's move on to the Miami Dolphins, plus 290 to win the division, and their win total is also 9.5. What do you like from this team? I'm gonna let you go first because Tua is your guy.
My big thing is with Tua, like I said, of course, is the health. I mean, God bless his soul. I mean, how many concussions he have? 3 in one season, 1 in a back-to-back, and then, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When he went out that one game and he got hit and he wobbled like that, I said, Jesus. I mean,
yeah.
That was scary as hell to see. So that's the biggest question with me. But this team is fast. Oh, and fast. I mean, this team is loaded. Look at who they have in the roster. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. You already know there's 2. They drafted, what's the kid's name? Akne. I can't pronounce his name. It's Devon Akne, alongside with Raheem Mostert in the backfield. I mean, this team is full of track stars. So I love the speed of this team. So honestly, the over-under, this is over-under 9.5. Honestly, to me, if Tua stays healthy, they're going over 9.5. They're going over 9.5 to me. There's too much speed on that field and too many playmakers to not. Like, how do you stop speed? You can't stop speed. Like, how do you really stop speed? Well,
let me help you. All right. We got to have one optimist and one pessimist. So let me just keep it real with y'all. All right. Number 1, I think defenses are going to be a little bit more prepared for this McDaniels offense. I know speed kills. You're 100% right. But if we remember correctly, the run game opened up the passing attack last year. They were running the ball so efficiently. Tua attacked the middle of the field. He attacked the seam. And we remember we were one bad sack away from potentially losing Tua from football completely. But there is one bet that I do like on this Dolphins team. They call him the cheetah because he's so damn fast. But Tyreek Hill, I like him to have the most receiving yards this year because he already told us he wants to retire at the end of his contract. Will he do it? That's hearsay. But he said he wants to get to 2,000 receiving yards before he retires. 2,001 season. That is ridiculous. That's college Jonathan Taylor football numbers. College football when he was running for like 2,000 yards a season. Tyreek Hill says he wants to have 2,000 receiving yards before he retires. So just because he said that, he wants the ball. He's one of the most dynamic, if not the most dynamic playmaker in football. I think I like him to have the most receiving yards this year for the NFL. You're going to get pretty good value on it too.
I like that. No, I really do like that. I mean, where did he rank last year? And then on top of that, Tua was hurt for more than half the year. Yeah, come on now.
I mean, this team is very dynamic. They have the speed. I think, you hit it on the head. As long as they can stay healthy, this team should flourish. So definitely going to be entertaining to watch them again. But I really want to see how McDaniel's offense looks this year because I have a feeling people really study him this offseason because I think he has a target on his back. But let's move on to the Bill Belichick dynasty Patriots. Slowly but surely crumbling just because, they're sticking to their old ways. This is just a really good defense with a great running attack, and all they want Mac Jones to do is manage the game, kind of like a San Francisco type of team, but, not with as much explosiveness on offense. If you remember last year, I was hammering Patriots unders. This defense is just ridiculous. They slow the game down. They have low scoring games. And obviously with Bill Belichick at the helm, you're going to have a chance to win the games. They don't have as much talent as the other teams in this division. They probably lack a little bit more at quarterback, but I will say with the new offensive coordinator, I am very curious to see how Mac Jones plays this year. I mean, the only shot in the dark I'm going to take is probably a very small bet for the Patriots to win the division just because there are a lot of injury prone players on these Bills, Jets, and Dolphins teams. So you never know if the Patriots stay healthy. They're 8-1 to win the division, plus 800 to win the division with Bill Belichick. I'll take a shot on that all day. The odds are very wild, but obviously I'm not on anything for the Super Bowl just because I don't think they have the offense to beat, the Chiefs, in the playoffs. So I do like that 8-1 number. This win total, I really don't want to take, double dip with that just because if I'm playing a small bet on the odds, then it, potentially they are going to be playing for the division anyway. But what do you have for this Patriots team?
This Patriots team, right? It's one of those things where it's like things can't get worse than last year, but it's still going to be bad. It's still going to be bad. I mean, it's about Bill Belichick wised up. He got himself an offensive coordinator in Bill O'Brien. As a head coach, he wasn't really nothing, but he's been there before. They have successful offenses. I mean, not without Tom Brady, but I guess we'll see how the Mac Jones experiment goes with him. The biggest thing with me is they gotta rely on them running backs, man. They gotta rely on Ezekiel Elliott. I never thought I'd say that in a New England Patriots uniform. Holy shit!
That's such a Bill Belichick move, bro.
Right? Exactly. And
how can we slow this game down even more? Let's go get Ezekiel Elliott.
Let's go get Ezekiel Elliott along with Ramondre Stevenson. Two power backs.
Yeah.
Two power backs. Basically, he basically is like, yeah, we're going to go old school football. Quarterback's not really that good. Fuck it. Run the fucking ball.
Where do you want to go, Bill? Left or right? We're going down the middle.
Hey, man. That man did say there are no shortcuts to building a team each season. I mean, yeah, that's kind of obvious. But at the end of the day, they're going to be borderline. They're going to be mediocre at best. The over under 7.5, that's iffy. But I mean, if you want to I give the benefit of the doubt to Bill Belichick. I mean, he is one of the best coaches in NFL history, and like I said, you could take the 8 on that. The team's not bad. The defense is, respectfully, they're always respected every year. That defense unit plays out their ass every year. So we can bank on that. And if you get a little bit of better quarterback play from Mac Jones and better play calling, with Bill O'Brien being there, you might see another 8-win season, and then the over-under is not really unobtainable.
Yeah. So, Dino hit it on the head. How much worse can this Patriots offense actually be? I guess there's only one way to find out, and that is to watch them score about 13 points a game and let up 10. So, we'll be on some Patriots unders this year.
Yes,
that's
sir.
not one of those games that you turn on, but that's the one you check at halftime. Oh, okay, there's been 2 field goals and a missed field goal. So that's going to do it for the AFC East. That wraps it up. We got some entertaining teams to watch. Let's see how Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets compete, but I think this is going to be Josh Allen's division. So, for now, this has been the Shred the Spread podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at @ShredTheSpread_. And if you're into TikTok, you can follow us on TikTok at @ShredTheSpread. So that for Dynell and I, this has been the AFC East. Until next time, see ya.
Peace.